The Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson was carted off the field during the Ravens' loss to the Cleveland Browns on Sunday. It's being reported that he could have suffered a high ankle sprain, but that was refuted earlier on Monday that it wasn't a high ankle sprain. And the injury is coming at a critical time of the season, even though they believe he could play on Sunday. But if this injury turns out to be long term for Jackson this season, how badly does this affect the Ravens moving forward? And I would say it affects them horribly. I'm gonna put it right on the. I put this on the line a lot of times, and I'm gonna continue to do it. It's another reason that even though maybe his numbers aren't dictating it per se, I think that he should be Lamar Jackson. That is considered a strong candidate for the most valuable player of the year award because there is no single player more important to their football team than Lamar Jackson is to the Baltimore Ravens, which technically would be the definition of most valuable player or MVP, as most people would say it. Lamar Jackson is absolutely insanely good. I was speaking with a content creator who covers the Baltimore Ravens. His name is Jose, and he told me that he believes that the Ravens would have been a 3 or 4 win team without Lamar Jackson on the field, which just tells you how good he is and how important he is to Baltimore. So it's not even like we could sit here and say, oh, Huntley will do this or they could do that. I really think that the Ravens would be in a lot of trouble. Now, the Baltimore Ravens lost to the Cleveland Browns on Sunday and dropped to 8-5 in the 4th seed in the AFC. The Ravens were at risk of being knocked out of the top of the AFC North, but they were able to survive because the Cincinnati Bengals suffered an overtime loss to the San Francisco 49ers. What are the Ravens' playoff chances while Jackson is dealing with the injury? So let's pretend for a second that Jackson does play on Sunday and that he can move forward. He's still dealing with a bit of a dinged up leg, which is going to maybe affect his mobility a little bit. Now, we've seen a lot of players play through the pain and it doesn't even look to affect them at all, but let's pretend that it does. Again, that's going to be a problem. The run game is dictated by Lamar Jackson. The Baltimore has been dealing with injury after injury after injury this season. They haven't been able to keep their running backs healthy. And because of that, Lamar Jackson has been such an important part of that offense. So, again, even if he is able to play, he's going to be dealing with some lingering effects of this injury. And I would be worried if I was the Baltimore Ravens or I was a fan of the Ravens team because Lamar Jackson is that important. He is that electric to the offense that at this point of the season, this is probably the worst time that he could have gotten injured. Now, obviously, any team dealing with an injury at this point of the season is always going to be awful. However, I do believe that this could be just, I don't want to say the nail in the coffin, but it could do a lot of bad things for Baltimore.